The Cowboys just robbed the NFL, making a trade at the NFL trade deadline for a linebacker. We talk about him in today's video, break down why this move was a good one, and the price tag on him, all to come right here on Cowboys Digest. Welcome, everybody. I'm Jace Andrews. I appreciate you tuning in to today's show. And man, these 6 a.m. trades, they got to stop because it is an absolute madhouse here. Last day, though, NFL trade deadline, 4 p.m. Eastern time, so any move the Cowboys do make, we'll get a video out here on YouTube, so make sure you hit that subscribe button, stick around, and make sure you get every information possible on this trade deadline for the Dallas Cowboys. Speaking of which, we have a trade. Jerry Jones alluded to this last night, saying a trade had been made, saying that it was a good one, and saying that he would wait for the papers to go through this morning, and that would be when we would find out. And we now find out here from Ian Rappaport saying trade. The Bengals are dealing standout linebacker Logan Wilson to the Cowboys, sources say, providing immediate defensive help. Wilson requested a trade amid a recent decrease in snaps, with Barrett Carter taking over at linebacker. This is a good move for the Cowboys for a couple of different reasons. The first one is their linebacker room is not only injured, but has been terrible. Shamar James, a fifth-round rookie, has taken over for Jack Sanborn. Sanborn, by the way, now officially on IR. Kenneth Murray is your other linebacker at the middle linebacker. Mike, I guess you want to call him. I hate both these linebackers. I'm going to be so honest with you. The linebacker room was terrible, and last night kind of proved that. I do, however, like Logan Wilson. I think he is a very good linebacker, and I just don't think he got his good shot in so many different ways. If you're asking about the trade details, asking about what the Cowboys give up for him, it was a very cheap deal. The Cowboys traded for Logan Wilson in exchange for a 2026 7th-round pick, and this is the type of trade I kind of expected the Cowboys to do. It wasn't going to be something that was like, oh, crazy, look what the Cowboys did. They have so much money and they did all this. No. It was for sure going to be something where they got a 7th-round pick to give up. They gave it up. They got a linebacker. I don't see how this is any different than what a trade would be happening the rest of the day. So with that being said, I do find it curious to hear your grade on this trade for Logan Wilson. So I want you to let me know your thoughts in the comments section. I think it's a catch-22 I don't know if this is the guy that I would choose. However, the linebacker position has been terrible. It's now getting injured. Yes, you're getting DeMarvion Overshown back, but you needed more help than just one player. So grade this trade for the linebacker out of Cincinnati, Logan Wilson, A, B, C, D, or F. Let's get our grading caps on. What do you think is this trade? 7th-round pick for Logan Wilson. Get in the comment section. Let me know A, B, C, D, or F for this trade. Personally, I'm going to give it a B minus C plus. I think this is a average trade. I think the Cowboys did what they could do, and Logan Wilson is a good linebacker that is not going to get to see the light of day in Cincinnati, and he will see a lot of time with the Dallas Cowboys. 8 games this season, really nothing to show for. 1 recovered fumble, 46 combined tackles, although a lot of those were on special teams this season, and it's kind of intriguing to me how little the Bengals trusted him, especially after he had been here since like 2021, 2022. I mean, he was a pivotal part of kind of bringing back that defense, and it's just an intriguing thought to me. If you look at his game log, his first game of the year was his best game, which makes sense because since then he had his time decreased. He had 7 total tackles against Cleveland in Week 1, had 8 total tackles against Jacksonville in Week 2, also had a stuff in Week 1 and the most recent week against the New York Jets. I like what I see from him. I really do think he can be a pivotal part of the Cowboys defense if they're able to somewhat turn this season around, but I don't know. I do have my thoughts on the Cowboys making any trade that involves more than a 4th-rounder at this point, because simply put, you are, 3-5-1 now? You look like you're not going to make the playoffs. You have a division that is a good one, but, I'll take Logan Wilson. I'll take what we can get from him. 54.8 on his overall grade, 60th out of 80 linebackers. And if you think, oh man, that's not that good, wait until I show you the Cowboys PFF grades, because boy, oh boy, they might be worse. We start with Shamar James, the rookie. I don't want to go too hard into him just because he's a rookie. He's a 5th-round rookie. He shouldn't be starting. Let's go with that. Shouldn't be starting. He's got a 35.5 PFF grade. That ranks him 81st out of 82 linebackers in the NFL. 81st. He's playing good in the eye test for a lot of facets, making a lot of tackles, but good God, that is abysmal. And he's a fifth-round rookie, but that's okay. The Cowboys made some moves this offseason. They got Kenneth Murray Jr. How's he doing? 40 PFF grade, ranking him 78th out of 82 linebackers. Okay, well, that's not good. Because those are your two starting linebackers right now. But they were starting, remember? They were starting. Maybe that's why that Jack Sanborn was the better guy. 56.3, 55th over 82 linebackers. What was Logan Wilson's again? 55. 54. Pretty close. Let's just face it, guys. The linebacker room for the Dallas Cowboys legitimately might be the worst linebacker room in the NFL. Legitimately. And so, with this trade, you're doing a couple different things. The first is you're helping out in the depth piece because of the injuries. The second is, if DeMarvion Overshown can come back after the bye week, hopefully, you're thinking you're going to have a whole new linebacker core, which would be a huge help because even Martise Liafu, who has been playing terrible, is not up there. Like, I don't know what to say anymore with this defense. I really don't. Last night was just a kick in the absolute pants. And, let's see what Jerry Jones had to say about it. He talked about it this morning. Here's what Jerry said, quote, "This is a guy that knows how to fill the gaps. You've heard me complain about not filling the gaps. So all of those things, really put your head down and address them. There's no, quote, running around the block here. You've got to meet it head on and address it and come out of here with a better team," end quote. One problem with that, Jerry, Jack Sanborn was a guy who could fill gaps. He could. Or at least that was the hope. Logan Wilson is a pass-defending linebacker. That is what he has been labeled as for his entire career. If you're saying filling gaps, I don't know if you mean literally. Hopefully you don't. Hopefully you mean filling gaps in your roster. That might be a better way to put it. But he can fill gaps in a roster. Look at his PFF grades. They've been actually solid. Not great in the weeks, 2 through 5, but week 1 he had an 89.4 PFF grade against the Browns, 74.5 against the Packers, 65.9 against the Steelers. This past week was terrible, 29.1 against the Jets, but the entire defense stunk in that game when they lost. So that was pretty terrible, but I don't know. I like this trade. I think it is definitely a very, very good deal because a 7th-round pick, are you kidding me? A 7th-round pick I'd give up for anybody. In fact, you're getting a guy who has a really, really low risk and high reward. I like that a lot. I really do think that is a full robbery. I feel like people should have gone and gotten him, and the Cowboys went and did, and I like that. But at the same time, is one person going to change the outlook of this team? Is one person going to change the way we view this team? Is one person going to be able to move the needle? No. I don't think so. The Marvion Overshown can come back. You can do that. Javonte Williams coming back, that could help, but they need to make another trade, and we'll be watching out for that. So we appreciate you. We'll see you next time here on Cowboys Digest. Peace out, guys.